Hey, what's up YouTube? This is CJ. We'll bring you guys an update on the reef tank. It's been a while and a lot has changed, a lot of new additions. So I'm just going to be covering some of the fish, coral, and the shrimp I've added in the tank. It's been up and running for almost 2 months now. Overall, this tank's been well behaved. I haven't had any deaths, no leaks. Some still working good. Skimmer, still working on getting that thing completely tuned in, but overall, with this being my first reef tank, I feel like I'm making great progress and still learning as I go. Now, as you can see, compared to my last vid, definitely a lot more movement in the tank. Pretty much filled the tank up with frog spine and torch corals and pretty much things that move, with the exception of that large leather on the top. I'm going to give you a better look at those here a little later in the vid. And the new fish, you see that guy swimming around, that's going to be my coral beauty angel. Now, I'm aware angelfish a lot of the time are not reef safe, but I've done a lot of research and spoke to a few guys who personally have had that type of angel, and they've had success with them not really nipping at their corals. So I'm going to give it a shot. Worst case, I'll just catch them and return them. And as far as the invertebrates, I've added a lot more as far as my cleanup crew. Plenty of hermits, a few more Nasiris snails. And as far as shrimp, I actually have 3 in here now. I have 2 cleaner shrimp and 1 cherry red shrimp. I'll try to get a better shot of those guys later in the vid, but gonna update you all on the coral first. Now, I was finally able to get my hands on one of the rose bubble tip anemones. This guy's about the size of a silver dollar. Hasn't really moved much since I put him in here about 2 or 3 days ago. It appears to be adjusting well, so I'm gonna see how this guy does. I gave him all of this rock area to himself, so hopefully he stays put. Now, out of all the frog spine I've added to the system, this is by far one of my favorite ones. I wasn't really sure how it was going to look when I put it in here. It wasn't open when I bought it, but it is definitely adjusting well, and it's actually 3 times the size it was in the actual tank I purchased it from, so it's usually a good sign. I'm hopeful that it'll fill in this top area. At least that's the plan. Alright, the next coral I'm going to cover are going to be these hammer corals. They're actually purple with green tips. I just wish this iPhone would pick up the actinic lighting a little better for you guys, but the plan is kind of let these guys fill in and kind of give me a nice seamless line of hammer coral working all the way up the rock work. It's going to be a pretty neat tank. I haven't seen too many people with this much hammer and torch in one tank, so hopefully this is one of a kind. I want to update you guys on my rock towards the front of the tank. My green star polyps, they're actually opened up and starting to spread and looking really healthy in the front of the tank. So luckily I have still contained them to this rock. I haven't seen any pieces floating around, so if this fills in a few months' time, I'll be extremely happy. It'll be the look I'm going for. I'm gonna give a quick overview of some of the smaller frags I've added. You can see all the smaller hermit crabs kind of doing their thing, causing polyps to close up, but it is what it is. Added some extra zoanthids. These corals, I don't remember the name of them, but they are pretty neat. They're actually a white and purple, so it adds a little bit splash of color. At least that's the plan. And then the zoanthids I've had in here before, I added an extra head of purple color to this rock. Hopefully this will be my multicolor zoanthid rock. I think it'll look pretty neat here. And the super glue I made the mistake with appears to have gone away, so that's another good sign. Alright, I did add an additional piece of coral. It's called a Solomon Island octospine. I really wasn't familiar with this coral at first, but after doing a little research, it appears it's not something you see every day. So if anyone's ever heard of these before, or has a photo, or has this in your tank, you know, when it's fully grown out and kind of spread it out, I'm interested in seeing what it looks like. For now, it gets giving my tank a great splash of color. It gives me like a green teal color between a couple of pieces of coral in this area, so I'm pretty happy with it. Now, I'd say this is probably the biggest addition I made to the system. It's going to be a green and white torch coral. This actually has 4 heads on it, and he's about halfway open right now. This gives you an idea of how big this thing really is. When he's really going, he takes up the whole left top corner of the tank. That's why I try to give him plenty of room and make sure nothing's below him, because he actually shades out everything, and to make sure he can't get too close to sting any other corals. Now, I did make some more smaller additions. You see that little colony of zoanthids I've kind of glued to the rock, also right here on the tip of the rock, and then those are actually a pink and green and purple. So I wish I could show you underneath the actinic lights, but as you know, I can't pull it off with this camera. And that's going to be my leather coral. It's not even open. It actually gets a little bigger than that. And it definitely is going to take up the top of that rock for me, and it's going to give me that look I was going for. Now I still only have 4 fish total. I still have my 2 clowns, my 6 line, and I added this guy. So I'm gonna have 5 fish total in this system, or at least that's the plan. I'm just waiting on adding a mandarin later. So for now, this is gonna be one of the main showpiece fishes in my tank. It's definitely a gorgeous fish. Alright, and last but not least, the shrimp. And to be honest, these is probably some of my favorite additions to the tank. And to get these guys to come out of hiding, I dropped a few pellets of New Life Spectrum in there. That's why that coral beauty angel's kind of going around, kind of hunting, pecking at the ground. But these guys come running. They're full of personality. It's fun because, as you see, the cherry red shrimp, that thing is gorgeous. But it has nothing on the cleaner shrimp when it comes to speed. Anything that hits the ground, it's almost a race, and this guy always loses. So I always drop a couple extra pellets in there for him to find. As you can see, man, this is a gorgeous shrimp. It's really a deep red with white spots on it. And then the cleaner shrimp, here goes one. There's another smaller one, still in the rock work. He didn't come out. He's kind of hunting on the backside. As you can see, look at him. He's just stuffing himself. These things are some pigs, but definitely fun to watch. So if you don't have any of these in your system, highly recommend it. And then the first guy I had that died, I think I might just picked the wrong one, because I have not had any issues out of any other invertebrates I've added to my system. So this is pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much going to cover it as far as the new additions go. I'll give you guys one last kind of overview, flyby of the tank. But as far as problems go, I actually haven't had too many. I did have to kind of completely pull my return pump. It was getting clogged with Cheeto that was making its way over from the return section. So hopefully I've remedied that. And I did add some carbon to my sump. Since I added that leather coral, according to my research, I know they release toxins. So that appears to be doing the trick as well. So as far as the algae goes, as you can see, I'm pretty algae free in my system. Partly due to me using a timer now. As you know, before I was addicted to watching my tank, and I had my lights on for 16 hours a day easy. So as you can imagine, I did have a small bloom as far as the low flow areas in the tank. Pretty much cured that by leaving the tank off for a whole day with no lights, and then installed a timer. So it's limited to light between, I believe, 3 p.m. till like 11 at night. So that's prime time hours as far as me being able to come home and enjoy the tank. So other than that, everything else is going good. As far as any future plans go, I'm still going to be adding a few more corals. Like I said, I want this tank full of all kinds of torches, frog spines, and hammers. So that's all I'm sticking with. Easy to keep stuff. I'm not looking to have to dose or keep up with any major maintenance when it comes to this tank. Just water changes and enjoying the hobby is all I'm doing. So other than that, I'm gonna keep this video as short as possible. I've been holding you guys hostage for long enough. And like, comment, subscribe. You guys do what y'all do. Y'all be easy.